it to anybody, but I've managed to go live this morning. Sorry if my nose is running a little bit. I was just gonna get up and talk about. I was gonna show you guys my little setup in here. So I got my little light, got my other little light, my little. This is my little weight bench here. So I usually hang this up over here on my light. You know what I mean? That's my little stretchy band that I use. There's my little weights. I got 20-pound plates right there, and then I got a 50-pound barbell over here. And then I got my bike, and it's got no brakes. So maybe I should call my channel All Gas No Brakes, because I literally have no brakes on the bike. Anyways, so I woke up about 4:30 or 5. It was about 5 this morning. I got up and laid back down for a little while. So I actually slept in this morning. So it's 6:30 now, which is really late for me. I'm usually up and going about 5:15, 5:30 somewhere. I'm just gonna flip off all my lights. My door is locked. Sun's coming up. It's not too bad out. I'm just gonna walk down my street over here. I already went for a bike ride. So once I get that out of the way, I'm on my way. But I'm just still kind of shy about being out in public recording. So things I gotta get over. Like, oh no, he's out in public and he's recording things. I'm just gonna take this off. You see my hat says Mr. on it. I used to work at Mr. Car Wash. I worked at Mr. Car Wash for like a year and a half. Well, I worked there when I was in my 20s. I don't remember much of it. I didn't really like it that much. It was alright. Working on cool cars is pretty neat. But so when I was in my late 20s. No, it was later than that. I was in my mid 30s probably. And I was hurting for a job. I needed something, so I went to Mr. Car Wash. And I got hired, like, tell you this is kind of a funny story. So I got fired from my job. I was having stomach issues, and so I was getting sick all the time. Like every day I was getting sick for weeks and weeks, months and months at a time. And I was trying to still go to work. So I go to work and I go home sick. And I go to work and I go home sick. And so it's just a cycle of that. So it was like 10 days or something, or 15 days. I'm not going to say it was 2 days before Christmas or something, but it was like 10 or 15 days before Christmas. And I got fired for being ill. Excuse me, too much at work. And so I was missing too many days. And they just said, well, we can't keep you on, man. You're sick all the time. You need to go get help. Go see a doctor or something. I'm like, I have been to the doctor. But anyways, so I got fired before Christmas. So in June, so I'm looking for a job everywhere I go. No one's hiring me. Can't find any work. So I go. There was a Mr. Car Wash that just opened up. And keep in mind, this is like January. It's like freezing cold. Nobody's going to the car wash. People do, but not that many people. So I'm trying to get hired in January at the car wash. The guy's like, I really got enough people. We're not really looking to hire anybody else. I'm like, well, I really need a job. Well, I'll go ahead and hire you. You won't be able to start till like February or something. I'm like, okay, great. So I got a job. I don't start for like 3 more weeks. Just whatever. Okay. And so the job at the car wash, I make it through the whole year, and then I come around to the next year, and I go through the summer again. It's like summer at the car wash, man. Like 110 degrees outside, washing cars. Just miserable, man. That job just was like. They paid such. This was like I worked there in like 2018, 2017, 2018. And even back then, they were paying like they started me at 8.75. They started everybody at. Started at 8.75 an hour in 2018. I'm like, whoa. But I needed the job, so I took it. And by the end, I was up to 9.25 or whatever. But anyway, so here's the point. So I was working at Mr. Car Wash, and I used to have a pretty good fear of the cold. Like, I don't like being in the cold. I get chilly pretty easily. Like, if I'm just outside, I've got like a t-shirt and a coat on, it's like 45, 50 degrees. I'm like, oh, I'm chilly, But I've been trying to work through that. So I think back to my time at Mr. Car Wash when I was working through the winter time, and it's like either eat or you starve. It's like I gotta work. Can't miss days of work because it's cold out. So I just kept going with it, and I made it through the winter. And then when spring came around, I was on to other things. I was done with that job. But the point is that there was one day I wanted to quit so bad. I'll never forget. It was -9 degrees. There was like one car, and I mean one car every 2 or 3 hours coming in, and mainly we were just doing maintenance work and cleaning and all this kind of stuff. But it's -9 degrees, so all the pipes in the building like froze. All the pipes where we work froze. The heaters went out. It was literally like -9 degrees. Now, mind you, they do give you. I don't think I still have it. I wish I did. They give you a Mister Car Wash coat, like a really nice, like double layered, thick coat for the winter. They give you a little beanie cap, like what I have. So it wasn't. They provided what you needed. You had to, wear double socks and all that kind of stuff if you wanted to stay warm all day. Otherwise, your toes would get cold and stuff. But so that's what it was. Like it was either I be cold all day, do this job, or go home, call in, whatever, and just know that you're a big wuss. So I couldn't do that. It's -9 degrees. Now keep in mind we have to wash towels all day too, so we're not just we're like washing cars, but in between cars we have to keep our towels clean, and then we have to put them in the dryer. So with the water going out, they had an area inside the building where they could get, because we're like in a tunnel, it's like outdoors basically. Inside they had hot water they could get to. So they would fill this giant 50-gallon drum up with water, and then it was hot water, so it felt good. We were like, our hands are like frozen, like -9 degrees. So we take our gloves and stuff out, pull up our sleeves, take off our coats, and we're dunking our hands in this water to wash towels in the cold. There was steam just pouring out of this bucket, and you just keep going. You can't stop. You just have to keep going. So we wash these towels with our bare hands in the cold, and then throw them into the dryer. It was just the heater was out. Everything was just bad. It's just like this is the worst thing. I can't. It's just being cold, but also having to do all this stuff is just awful. So uh, so the point is that I think you probably have a fear of the cold. I think you're probably scared of the cold. You would just be out in the cold. I had a fear of the cold. I'll admit it. I didn't want to go out there, face it. Now, especially now on the weekends, right? Like a Saturday morning, like yesterday, I got up and did one round of Wim Hof breathing. So I've been working on that. My breathing has been getting better, although my nose is a little stuffed up this morning. But my breathing has been getting a lot better since I've been going outside in the cold and breathing. It increases your red blood cells, white blood cells. I'm just going to keep saying it, and I'm just going to keep putting that out there because I find it to be the most amazing thing. Because I mean, it's 37 degrees right here, right now, and my hands are pretty cold. They're frozen, you know what I mean? But I'm not dead. You know what I mean? I always make it sound like, oh, a cold snap is going to make us all very stuck in our homes. It's like, well, you don't have to be. You can get out and still do stuff. You wear gloves and bundle up, or you just brave the cold. I mean, a lot of times I think, and this will be the last thing I'm going to say, but a lot of times I think about like when we were fighting the Revolutionary War. It's like it was cold for those soldiers. It was freezing cold. I mean, they deal with freezing cold and freezing hot. And yes, some people will die. Some people will get, frostbite, and their fingers will, freeze off or whatever. It's something that happens. But I mean, just to think back of what people back in those days, they didn't have like the heat. What do you call those things? The hand warmers. They didn't have those. They barely had coats. You know what I mean? I don't know how those people stayed warm. I imagine they probably didn't. Just make a fire and hope for the best. But I mean, I don't know, man. That would have been. You would have just had to face it. So if you got a fear of the cold, I suggest you get over your fear of the cold. because it's not that hard to do. You know, I still have yet to face the ice bath. I haven't done the ice bath yet. I've taken mildly cold showers, but that's as far as I've gone because I haven't. I'll be honest. I'm not. I have a strong fear of that ice bath. I know how. I think I know how that's going to feel, but I don't know how it's going to feel. So I'm imagining in my head what it's going to feel like. I'm thinking probably do a minute, you know. But then when you get in there, I hear it's a lot tougher than that. So that's coming soon. I am steadily adjusting to the cold. Like I said, it's 37 degrees this morning. My fingers are tingling. I can't really feel very much, but you know, I rode my bike for about 20 minutes, I think, 20, 25 minutes. I don't know, probably 20 minutes. And then I'm walking up and down the street with my phone in my hand, talking to you guys. So my time's about up. I've done 11 minutes yesterday. I did 5 minutes of talking. So yeah, get out in the cold today. Don't be scared of it. Don't be frightened of being cold. Sometimes you will just in your life you will end up having to be cold. Situations where you might forget a coat or something might happen. And you might go, yeah, I really could use a coat, but I forgot it. I'm just gonna have to think more, you know. And it is kind of like that. If you just be in it, you just know that it's your body registers the pain, registers the cold as pain. Right now, my body is feeling like it's under attack, which it is in a way because the cold is attacking my skin cells. My stuff is all slow and frozen. But I'm about done here. I did a 12-minute live stream. That's pretty good. I don't want to torture you guys too much. Um, but yeah, so this is the second day that I've done this. I'm probably just gonna start doing this on the weekends, live streams on the weekends, because um, you know I can't really during the week. You know, in the mornings at 5:30, even 6 o'clock, the sun hasn't come up yet. So I'm still waiting for the sun to come up at that point. So that being said, yeah, it'll probably just be on the weekends when I can be up and the sun's coming up and all that. So flip on my light here. Um, so yeah, that's it for today. I just wanted to just talk about the cold a little more and talk about momentum. Um, you know, if you can do 10 push-ups before you go to bed and 10 push-ups when you get up in the morning, I'd say you're doing pretty good. You know, it starts with that. You know what I mean? And it doesn't. You don't have to. Like I always say, you don't have to go super hard with it. I mean, I like to do um, what I can each day, and I don't have a lot of extra time. You know, I make time to do it, but I don't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? Time is very valuable, so it's like it's the most precious resource because you only get so much of it, and you don't know how much time you have. So make today count, guys. Have a good day. Get out there in the cold. Don't be scared of it. Be like Wim Hof. Just be fearless in that cold. And one of these days, you're going to see me jump into an ice bath. Have a great day, guys.